Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Sweety Owal. I'm a former intern at Chapter 4 Uganda. Currently, I'm a Year 1 law student at Makerere University. 8 months ago, I walked through the doors of Chapter 4 Uganda. And luckily, Councillor Nicholas gave me an opportunity to get a glimpse of what it means to engage in human rights work. Coming from school, I assumed that would be outreaches to needy people. It wasn't that, but I entered into a scope of work that really portrayed to me the importance of civil and political rights, something that I had underscored for such a long time. And in one particular conference that Chapter 4 was organizing, I got to meet men and women from grassroots organizations whose students spoke about the impacts of the laws made, with some of the restrictions have had on their people. And I was extremely touched to see that there are people who are putting their lives on the line every single day to ensure that we, the young people, even if we don't see it on a daily, have an opportunity to speak freely in the spaces that we are in and to benefit from a healthy government. And this poem is entirely based on that. Every person in this room who no one sees, but is making a difference and fighting on the front line every single day. The massacres happened, and people went missing. Their blood was washed on those streets, and the sound of bullets surpassed their voices. Yet our protests attracted handcuffs. Screams and sirens traded the places with the sounds of the birds. Men clad in armor flooded those streets. The image of speeding vehicles became haunting reminders of unwarranted arrests. The barrel of a gun found a home in our foreheads. I sat down and I wondered, is this what fighting for freedom feels like? Chained by oppressors who make us feel like we have no say, I can hear the screams like it was yesterday. Please remind them that they are the ones who framed Article 24, freedom from torture, inhumane and degrading treatment. Traumatic experiences in safe houses that make our bedrooms venues for nightmares. I sat down and I wondered, is this what fighting for freedom feels like? On the 13th of June, 2016, prosecutors dropped charges against 218 civilians who were arrested during Uganda's military raid of Charles Mumbere's palace. They killed over 200 people, including 15 children. No investigations were ever carried out. And yet trials that last year's compensation to apparently compensate wounds, scars, traumatic experiences that our bodies refuse to abandon. I sat down and I wondered, is this what fighting for freedom feels like? And yet I saw a man. I saw a people. I saw a woman who chose to raise their voices above those bullets. Voices that became a flag of their people. And this is for that man, that woman, those people who history may never know. This is for the man whose name may never appear on the headline. The woman whose face may never appear on the Ugandan note. The man who sacrifices his life for the liberty of his country, but history may never know. This is for the woman whose legacy may never go down in those textbooks. The man, the prison cells know him more than his own children. This is for the people whose blood is no stranger on those streets, and yet their citizens know them. Their people know them. Their wounds know them. Their graves know them. And the generations to come will only speak because they chose to raise their voices when everyone stayed silent. You have chosen to raise your voices where everyone stayed silent. Thank you.
Wow. Woo!